happy to be here with all of you. My name is Mark Prophet. I am a member of St. Luke's Church here in town.
Hi, my name is Steve Penneridge. I'm also a member of St. Luke's Parish.
So when we were coming today, before I came, of course, I did my morning prayers and meditations. And this is today's gospel reading from Luke chapter 5, verses 27 through 32. This is the conversion of Levi, who is the tax collector that you may remember from your training in religious ed. And he ultimately becomes St. Matthew, one of the authors of our Gospels in the Bible. And here's the quote, "Follow me." And he got up, left everything, and followed him. That's being a disciple for Christ. And that's the theme of this retreat. So we are members of a prison ministry team, which is one of the corporal works of mercy that we are called to attend to as disciples for Christ. So we want to quickly review what they are, and then we'll get into what we do at the prison ministry. We're very fortunate in Southington, between our church, our faith-based groups in town, and our social agencies, that we address many of them. One of your talks will be next door with our executive director from Bread for Life about feeding the hungry. Steve and I are both volunteers there. How many of you heard of Bread for Life? All right, it's right on Vermont Terrace, right downtown. And just to give you a sense of need with food insecurity, we deliver meals on our schedule 3 or 4 times a month as Steve. And between 2 drivers with 2 different vehicles going 2 different sides of Southington, we deliver close to 90 meals a day. That doesn't include those in the dining room. We also have
Social Services here in Southington also has both a clothing room and food that they give out also. And people can come in there and say, look, I've got a family of 4. This is what, can we get some food and all? And they'll walk out of there with 2 or 3 grocery bags full of food and all. And then we also take food. There's like 4 or 5 people that we take food to once a week that they can prepare themselves that cannot get down there to the social services and all. So between the 2 of them, we're taking care of that. You drink to the thirsty. We have good water systems here in the United States, so it's really not an issue here. But saving water is an issue. So that's one thing that we can all do. Take shorter showers, stuff like that and all. Clothe the naked. Like I just said, the social services has a clothing closet that they can get clothes from there. I'm also a veteran. I served 20 years in the Army, and one of the things that I do through the American Legion is in Newington at the Veterans Affairs clinics, they have both a food and a clothing closet for veterans to get stuff. And I volunteer on Tuesdays over there, so before I go back this Tuesday, I've got a donation from another group of $300, and I'm going to go out and buy a bunch of shaving cream, deodorant, and then underwear. That's what their need is right now and all. So that's another way that we feed, we clothe the naked.
Shelter the homeless. We're going to just accelerate a little bit through this. Think about the storm that's coming tomorrow night. We don't really have a homeless shelter, but we at least provide support to those that are homeless within our community. The police know where they are. And so we have warming centers at the senior center. We've got the library, and of course we've got the lobby of the police station. We certainly visit the sick through a variety of means. Certainly we're called to do that, whether it's family or friends. We also have our ministry of the Eucharistic ministers who go out and deliver communion to those that are sick and can't get out. And of course, we bury the dead. And we are very special, I think, in our way as Catholics, how we celebrate the death of a loved one via the beautiful funeral mass that can be offered to them. Because we know as Catholics that life doesn't end at death. Life begins for us in heaven, if we want it and we seek it. And we'll be celebrating that knowledge and that truth on Easter Sunday. But we didn't have a prison ministry here in town, and we wanted to do something, so an Acts team got together, that's a retreat group. In 2015, it was the year of mercy that Pope Francis had declared for the world, and to focus on the corporal works of mercy, and we decided we wanted to start a prison ministry. I'm not going to get into the back of the history because we only have about 3 minutes or 4 minutes left, but we are now, after COVID stopped us for 2 years, but we remain persistent to find a new home to run our ministry. We are now at Cheshire Correctional Institution on Route 10 in Cheshire. If you've ever driven down into Cheshire, you'll see this big brown building, and then behind it are other buildings that serve even youth. Cheshire Correctional Institution is a maximum security prison. The men that are in there for a very long time. So we feel very grateful that we're able to now enter in there on Tuesday and Thursday evenings to minister to their spiritual needs. We start with an opening prayer. We've got a video-based program. We share materials. We're very fortunate that our deacon, Paul Koulas, is on our team, and he runs adoration services for us, just like we offer here during Lent at St. Aloysius. We run rosary sessions for the men. So we feel very grateful that we have been called as a disciple for Christ, team members, to be able to go in. It's no easy feat. There's a lot of steps we have to follow, but we feel very grateful that we're allowed in. We have a relationship with the corrections officers, and most importantly, we have a relationship with the men whom we call brothers in Christ. It's really important for us to call them brothers in Christ, because you can only imagine in a prison the treatment that they must receive in there because of what they've done. But God calls us to be merciful and forgiving. And you just have to always remember that. You have to always remember that. Okay? So Steve?
Like you said, these men that are in there have created serious crimes and all. And none of us have any fear going in with these men behind a closed door because we're brothers in Christ. And we always greet each other with a handshake. You're not supposed to touch them, but we always greet them with a handshake, a lot of them with hugs. And they really look forward to us coming and all. It gives them a chance to talk to somebody besides their cellmate and all. And it's very rewarding for us. I think, I always say that we get more out of it from their sharing with us than they get from us and all, and it's always a back and forth. We get more from you guys and all. But it's very rewarding when something cancels us, that we can't go in because something's going on in the prison and all. We're very disappointed also. The inmates are very disappointed too.
They were like kids in a candy store last week because we provided them with a lot of Lenten materials, prayer books, reflection guides, prayer cards that they could use as part of their Lenten journey.